welcome to my very first knitting vlog. I thought it would be kind of fun to take you along with me for the next, I don't know, maybe a week or so and just show you what I get up to with knitting, and you can listen to me yap about the projects and the trials and tribulations of those projects. And hopefully it will just be a cozy little time filled with knitting and some updates on my projects. So grab yourself something yummy to eat or drink and grab your knitting if you would like to knit along with me. If you enjoy this vlog, please give it a like and maybe even a subscribe. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and let's get into this vlog. My mom and I are going to go to a cafe so that I can knit and she can get some work done. The cafe we ended up going to was so cute. It is this little place called The Garden. They had really nice matcha, and in a moment you will see they had plants everywhere, and we were sitting at this cute table that just had like all these plants up the scaffolding. Anyways, also the drive home was so pretty because it's autumn. And I did a bunch more knitting when I got home. I was just resting in bed and knitting and watching Gilmore Girls. So very chill autumn day. Okay, so I've been working on the Bee-autiful knits today for my friend for a gift knit. This is the first one that I did. I'm not super happy with the color work, but it is what it is. So here's the thing, I just cast off the second one, and my plan was to duplicate stitch the wings because I did previously try to make this pattern, and I made one mitten, but I didn't like how the color work turned out. I think just like I'm not used to working with so many colors at the same time, so somebody suggested that I just duplicate stitch the wings over top. So that's what I did with this one. I was planning to do the same thing with this one, but when I cast it off, I realized I left off an entire row of the bumblebee. So I think I have to go in and unpick my whole Italian bind off and then frog back a few rows and fix the head of the bumblebee, unfortunately. So that sucks, but it is what it is. So here is me preparing to frog. I'm just getting my lifeline installed. I accidentally made this a really long piece of scrap yarn, so it was a little bit difficult, but yeah. And then once I frogged and started redoing the color work, I just decided to work on my fennel seed jacket for a little while because I needed a break from those. Okay, little update from me. I just finished I finished duplicate stitching the wings onto the second pair of Bee-autiful, or the second mitt of the Bee-autiful mitts. I gotta say guys, I would really appreciate some tips for this kind of stranded color work because I am extremely unhappy with how this looks. Like, no matter what I do to try to fix my tension, it looks so bad, and it's like bunching up and you can like see my floats below, and it's like stiff. Like, even if I make them looser, then it looks terrible, and then if I make them not as loose, then it's tight and it's not stretchy and you can see the floats. I don't know what to do at this point. Like, am I just not cut out for this kind of color work? I don't know. It just looks so bad. I am gonna block them, but I don't see how that's gonna help considering it's like so, I don't know, it's just all bunched together. But here's how it's looking. I haven't done the thumbs of either of them yet. I'm saving that for last. I don't know. I just can't be bothered right now, but yeah, I'm very unhappy with how these look, so we'll see if I do end up giving them to my friend. I don't know. Tips much appreciated, because I don't know what to do. And the thing is I really love Stone Knits patterns, and there are so many patterns of hers that I want to try, and this is my first time trying one of her patterns, and I'm just feeling like maybe I shouldn't try, not because of the patterns, but because I'm not good at this, clearly. I know people are gonna say like it's practice, but I remade these like 4 or 5 times, the color work section, and every time they ended up like this. I don't know. I think I need to like take a class or something, because I really want to be able to make the Stone Knits patterns and have them look nice like hers look. Anyways, that's my little yap for tonight. I had a pretty rough night, so I did not want to wash my hair today, so we are going with braids. I have a lot of knitting to do today, and I do have a knitting group to go to later tonight. However, I just wanted to let you know what I've been knitting lately. So obviously last night there was that update about my Bee-autiful mitts. I still don't know what to do about those. If you've seen my first video, you'll know that my second step-by-step sweater by Florence got abandoned on Sleeve Island, but because I really wanted to finish it, I started this in June, so I thought it would be ready by now, but I chose this really lovely color, and I literally have half a sleeve left, so I brought it back because I really want to finish it and at least wear it for like the tail end of October. It's almost Halloween right now, so I don't have a lot of time, but I'm gonna bring this to my knitting group tonight and hopefully try to finish the sleeve. I'm also working on the Fennel seed jacket. I'm getting pretty far in it. I think I'm just gonna do maybe like another inch of the body before I do the ribbing, and then after the ribbing I will be on the button band, which I'm pumped for. So I might bring both of those sweaters to the knitting group tonight and see how much I can get done of either of them. However, I also realized that a friend's birthday is coming up very, very soon. I thought a safe thing would be like a headband, like one of those ear-warming headbands. So I just cast this on like 10 minutes ago. Doesn't look great right now, but I found this pattern. It is called Headband with a Twist Knitting Pattern by Mirella Moments. I just found it online for free in a pretty neutral color, so I just had a lot of this Drops Air yarn and I thought this would work. So yeah, I'm learning English rib for the first time. This pattern is knit in English rib, so I'm just hoping for the best. I think it'll knit up pretty quickly, but yeah, so that is the update for today. I'm going to be knitting most of the day today. I'll try to take you along with me, and then I have my knitting group tonight, so I will definitely bring you to that. Yeah. Tuesday morning. I did not end up going to the knitting meetup last night because I ended up having a big flare and I could not leave my bed, so that is too bad. I wanted to bring you guys with me because it's always such a nice time, and I would have gotten a lot of knitting done, but yeah, I did not get a lot done last night. I did not finish my step-by-step. I did knit a little bit, but I didn't have a lot of energy, or like, yeah, I just wasn't like up for doing much. Here's my progress on the headband. I actually frogged it and then started it again because it was too thick. So this is how far we've gotten. I really like how it's turning out. I'm definitely a fan of English rib now, but it does take a long time. So yeah, that's where I'm at with this. That's pretty much all I worked on last night, and I only did it for about half an hour in the evening. I did work on it quite a bit during the day, but yeah, that is the update. I'm gonna try to knit more today. I have a blood test that I'm leaving for in about 10 minutes, and then when I get back, I think I'm probably gonna spend most of the day in bed, but I do feel up to knitting, so I think I will be working on this. I might cut out some time to finish my step-by-step sleeve if I can, and I will bring you with me for that. But yeah, that is the update. When I got home, I spent some time working on the headband and just resting and recovering, basically. Pretty boring day, but I did get to do some knitting and just hanging out. Then I spent a little time sitting with my mom and knitting and chatting and having a bit of tea. And yeah, it was a nice afternoon. Okay, so today is Saturday, so I completed this a few days ago and I blocked it, and it's been blocked for a few days, but I just haven't really been feeling well, so I haven't been able to film anything for this vlog. So anyways, today is Saturday, it is blocked. I wanted to show you how it looks. I'm pretty happy with it. Obviously, this is one of my earliest sweaters. It's the second sweater I ever attempted, so I was still making sizes that I just don't love. I didn't realize till later that I needed to size up, and I actually haven't made any sweaters in a size that I really love yet. So the next one that I make, I think I'm gonna try to size up a bunch. But anyways, so it's a little bit tighter than I would normally like, but I'm really happy with the fit still because it is less tight than my first step-by-step sweater, and it's pretty cute if I do say so myself. I'm a big fan. The collar is a little bit, like, I don't love having things super close to my neck, so I do like pull it down a lot when I'm wearing it, but I'm still happy with it. I'm really proud of myself for finally finishing this after several months of just leaving it on the needles. So yeah, anyways, I am making a lot of progress on my fennel seed. This is how much of the ribbing I have done so far. I don't know if you can see that, but I think I'm gonna just do a couple more rows of the ribbing, and then I'm gonna start the button band, which is very exciting. And today I've decided I'm going to cast on my porcelain sweater. I told myself I wasn't gonna cast it on until I finished all of my Christmas gift knits, but I'm one of those people that just needs a bunch of whips going all the time, so I'm gonna do it. I don't know, I'm just like, I'm really antsy about casting it on. I'm really excited about it, so I'm gonna do my gauge swatch today. And okay guys, please don't judge me, but this is gonna be my very first gauge swatch ever. I've never done a gauge swatch, mostly because I'm always like afraid of like wasting yarn because I can't spend too much money on yarn. I am currently out of work, and just like, yeah, even before I wasn't making a lot of money because I was only working like 1 day a week. So I always get a little bit nervous, like, oh, what if I need that yarn? Like, I don't want to have to buy extra yarn. But somebody reminded me recently that I can just unravel my gauge swatch and add it to my yarn, like, and not lose any. So I think I'm gonna do one, mostly because I really want to make sure I hit the gauge right on this one so that my sweater isn't too small. And it is color work, so I'm a little bit nervous about that. So I'm gonna do my gauge swatch today. I'm very excited, and yeah, wish me luck. I will show you guys how it goes. I am going out for a friend's birthday today for lunch, so for like lunch slash like coffee, so I'm gonna bring that and do a little bit of gauge swatch because we like to just chat a lot, so I like to have something to do with my hands. And I am going to be bringing her the headband that I made. I'm not sure if I showed you guys the finished headband, but this is her. This is it. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I think it looks pretty good. This is my first time doing English ribbing, so pretty happy with that. Anyways, that is one little thing that I made for her birthday. I hope she likes it. I wasn't super familiar with her style, so I just chose something that I felt like could be pretty safe as a present for somebody. So yeah, that's it. That is my update today. I was planning to conclude this vlog a few days ago, but as I said, I haven't really been filming much, so I figured I'd let it go on a few more days just so I could get a little bit more knitting content for you guys. But yeah, so I will check in later. Okay guys, potentially the most satisfying thing ever. Opening up new yarns. So this is the Drops Fable Unicolor, and this is the Drops Brushed Alpaca Silk Unicolor. I love doing this. They are all ready for knitting. So here we go. I'm gonna start my gauge swatch, and I figured I would take you along with me because I don't have to leave to meet my friend for a little bit. As you can see, I'm struggling to find the end of my yarn here. Where the heck is it? I don't know. Guys, do you have any tips on how to find the center every time? Because I am struggling. Okay, I will try that one later. This one got right here. This one also fairly simple. This one also fairly simple. This one though, I don't know where the heck it is actually. Oh, there we go. Okay, they are all ready now. So I believe I have to start this with 4mm needles. Okay, I don't know if I told you the saga with the Chiagus, but I basically was introduced to them because, well, everybody freaking talks about them, and once I tried them I knew why. Like, they deserve the hype, absolutely, in my opinion. But I basically got two tips and one cord for the socks that I was knitting because I really needed 2.25mm tips, and I couldn't find them in any other brand. So I mean, any other brand that was sold near my house. So I got those, and then I've just been using my like Knitter's Pride interchangeables since then. But the cord on the Knitter's Pride ones are just, they make me so angry. Like, they freaking annoy me so much. So, but I never thought I could afford a set of Chiagus because the individual ones are so expensive, the sets are so expensive, and as I said, I do not have a lot of income. But I got a gift card a little while ago, so I saved up a little bit, and then I went for it. I used my gift card and it covered a good portion of it, and then I paid the rest of it myself. It was still expensive, but it was manageable, so I went ahead and did it, and I'm so happy that I did because these are just such a dream to work with. Here are my 4mm tips. I just love them. They're amazing. But I actually saw somebody talking about this. I thought I was the only one, but I hate the case so much. I don't know why, but it just pisses me off. So I saw somebody recently on TikTok talk about how they love the needles, but they hate the cords, and I could not agree more. They were gonna do like sew their own case. I do not sew, so I'm not gonna do that, but I am on the lookout for a better case, I think. I feel like cases can be quite expensive though, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to get one anytime soon, but I don't know, we'll see. I do want to get a different case because I'm not a huge fan of this one. Also, if anybody has any tips, okay, so it comes with this thing, this like grip thing so that you can tighten the needles better. I don't find that it works or helps at all. Like I find that it just slips no matter what I do. Like this just doesn't actually help me grip it at all. It's probably better than just using my bare hands, but I don't find it just slips so much. So I actually don't know if it helps at all. Let me know what you guys think of this gripper thing, because I just feel like it just, like I don't know if you can tell, but it does not grip the thing. And like, it just does not, I don't know. It just doesn't like do the thing. Okay, anyways, I tried. I basically just have to tighten them as I go. The only thing is, okay, I actually found that with my Knitter's Pride interchangeables, I never had to tighten the cord while I was knitting. It never came loose for me. These ones do come loose occasionally, but I put up with it because the needles themselves and the cords themselves are so much nicer to work with. So we ball anyways, but it is a little bit annoying. Anyways, I'm gonna start taking a look at the pattern and then I will update you on how the gauge swatch goes. I totally forgot to film the process of making my swatch, but I did finish it and I did hit gauge pretty perfectly, so I think I am okay to give this sweater a start, and yeah, I am excited. I'll keep you updated. Okay, so I asked people to submit a couple questions over on my TikTok, and I got a few, not too many, but I thought it would be kind of fun to do a little Q&A for this vlog, and I thought we could do it while I cast on my porcelain sweater. I finished the gauge swatch as you saw, and so I am gonna go ahead and cast it on, and I will do that while I answer your questions. There's just a few, so let's get started. So the first question is, what got me into knitting? I started as a kid and I didn't get super into it. I didn't get very far with it. I just did some basic stuff and I did it for maybe about a year. And then I didn't do it for a very long time. But over the spring of 2025, I kept seeing so many like knitting content creators come up on my social media and just like saw them making such cool patterns, like things that I would love to wear. And I always have loved wearing knitted garments. I got really inspired to make my own because there are so many cool patterns out there that I was seeing, and also the idea of being able to make them just the way that I wanted with the colors that I wanted was very appealing to me, so I just decided to bite the bullet and try it again. Around that time, I was also about 6 or 7 months into a very bad flare with my chronic illnesses. That seemed like it was becoming my new baseline, and I was really struggling because I had lost a hobby that I previously really loved to do, which was a bit more active, and I couldn't do it anymore. So I just thought it would be a good time to pick up a new hobby, and one that I could do when I needed to rest and when I wasn't up to going out or anything like that. So I thought it was just like a good time to pick that up. That's what got me into knitting, and yeah. The next question is, what was my favorite pattern in terms of how it is written? Honestly, my answer is anything by Florence Miller, mostly because I am still fairly new and still fairly beginner. Sometimes I get really confused by pattern directions, so I find that her patterns are extremely broken down and they are really easy to understand for me. So I've definitely had the easiest time working with Florence Miller's patterns. Next is, what pattern am I intimidated by? I have quite a few that I'm a little bit intimidated by, but that I really want to try. Basically any fingering weight sweaters, because I just feel like I know that would take me so long and require a lot of yarn, so those intimidate me, but I do like how they look, so I do want to try that eventually. Any color work with more than 3 colors, because I am not great at managing my yarn like that, but I do love intricate color work, so that's definitely something I want to get better at and try. The designer called the Leaf Hopper, her patterns intimidate me mostly because they are so beautiful and pretty intricate, and so I definitely want to try those, but I've just been a little bit scared to try them. What is my ultimate goal sweater or garment that I want to make? Basically, again, anything by the Leaf Hopper. I have been eyeing those patterns since the start of my knitting journey, and I just adore them. I think they're so beautiful. I love the science themed patterns. I just think they're so well designed, so I definitely want to try those. Those are definitely one of my ultimate goals. And the Cicadian, I adore that pattern. I want to make it so badly. I also am dying to do an all over intricate cable sweater, but those freak me out because I'm not super confident with cables yet, so that's definitely an ultimate goal of mine. Particularly the Rory Gilmore sweater by Gia. That is one that I really want to make eventually. On top of it being an all over cable, it is also only available in one size, but there are instructions on how to like size up and size down through calculating the number of stitches I would need, and that is something I'm not super confident with yet, so I think that will be a goal of mine, is to get confident sizing up and down and calculating gauge and stitches so that I can try that pattern. Also some sort of a fisherman sweater, like cable sweater, I think that would be awesome. So those are some ultimate goal patterns of mine. And lastly, what are my favorite pattern designers? So as I am still fairly new, I haven't knit from a whole lot of different designers, but my favorite pattern designers that I can think of off the top of my head are Florence Miller, of course. She got me through my first few patterns, and I love the way that they're designed. I think they're so well written and they end up looking really nice. The construction is always really nice. The fit is always really nice, and I just really enjoy her patterns. I adore Miranda Copeland. Her Betsy vest is genuinely my favorite thing I've ever knit in my life. I wear it all the time, and she has a new pattern out called, I believe, the Daisy sweater with a goose on it, which I just adore and I'm dying to knit it. I'm a big fan of her patterns, and I think she's got a couple more like animal themed patterns coming out, which I'm super excited for, so I definitely love her as a designer. Obviously the Leaf Hopper, I can't stop talking about the Leaf Hopper. I love her designs so much, and I am so excited to try them out. And of course my beloved Stone Knits. I have so many of her patterns on my Ravelry queue and in my favorites. I just adore her designs. Like, I think they're so cute, they're so beautiful. And I've only made one design by her so far, and it was very difficult for me because I'm not great with color work in general, but especially color work with more than a couple colors. So I absolutely love her patterns so much. She's got so many great ones that I'm just dying to try. So definitely one of my favorite designers. Everything she comes out with, I'm like, oh my god, I want to try that. So yeah, those are my favorite designers so far. But again, I haven't tried a whole lot of different things, so I think there are just so many amazing designers out there that I don't even know about yet. So I'm just excited to keep finding new people and keep finding new designers and keep trying new things. So yeah, that is all the questions you guys had for me so far. And if you have any more questions, I will do another Q&A in the future, maybe, we'll see. But yeah, and that is my porcelain cast on, and I will update you on how that goes. almost on my porcelain sweater, and that made me very happy. However, I do feel a little bit guilty because I said I wasn't going to cast it on until I finished all my Christmas gift knits, which obviously I did not adhere to. So this morning I decided I'm going to try to knock out the last little bit of these beautiful knits, because I really just have the thumbs to do, and those are super quick. And once I finish that, I could block these out, and then I won't feel quite so bad for starting my porcelain sweater so early, because I will have one more gift knit checked off my list for Christmas. These thumbs will be super quick. They're just 7 rows of stockinette and then 3 rows of ribbing, so I can probably get these done this morning just in one sitting. Today I am going to go pick up some yarn. I found some really cheap yarn on Facebook Marketplace. I've started looking at yarn a lot on Facebook Marketplace because I feel like it's an affordable way for me to acquire yarn when I need it. And yeah, I'll definitely take you along and show you what I end up getting. It's just like this alpaca mohair, I think, but let y'all know once I pick it up. Or they had a bunch of colors, but I chose 2 colors. So I'm gonna go pick that up, which I'm excited about. Once I finish these beautiful knits, I will have 2 more gift knits to finish before Christmas, which I think is very doable since today is November 2nd. If I can stay on track and not get too distracted by my fennel seed and my porcelain sweater. I just have to knit something for my brother and then something for my mom. I think I might have talked about this earlier, but I knit my mom a hat for Christmas, and then I realized later that it's actually, the floats are quite tight and I'm not sure if it will actually fit her. It's super cute. This is it. It's super cute, but I don't think it's actually gonna fit her, so I do want to make her something else just in case. And then my brother's socks, I did mention in my first video, I had this issue where I made the floats too tight again around the ankle, and so I could barely get them on my ankle, let alone my brother's ankle, so I'm gonna have to make him a different pair of socks or start those socks over. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do yet. Yeah, those are the 2 gift knits that I still have to do for Christmas, but all my other ones are done. So, oh shoot, no. And I have to finish my dad's. I'm halfway through making him a hat as well for Christmas. I don't know why that totally slipped my mind, but yeah, I do have that to do as well. But I think those 3 projects are very easily done. I don't think it'll take too long. And then this will be one that I can check off, which will feel really nice. And I did talk about this on my TikTok. I was talking to people about like how unhappy I was with the color work here. And a lot of people seem to think that blocking will help this, which I wasn't sure about because some of the floats are so tight. I figured like, would blocking really help? But a lot of people said yes. So I'm very excited to block these and see if they actually look better after, see if it solves the problem, I guess I mean. I'm looking forward to blocking these out, and also looking forward to being done because it'll just be a nice little weight off my shoulders. I think tomorrow is going to be my last day filming this vlog, and yeah, so what I'm going to do tomorrow is just do like a final roundup of all the knitting that I got done since I started this vlog, see how much progress I made, and do a little wrap up. So anyways, that is my morning update. It is absurdly early right now. I was trying to go back to sleep, but body said no. So we are up knitting instead. Okay, that is the stockinette done for the thumb. I just have to do 3 rows of ribbing now. I will be doing the second one in just a few minutes, and then I will show you guys how they look. I'm gonna weave in all the ends and I'm gonna block them today. So I'll bring you along for that. And then hopefully I can show you the finished product before I wrap up tomorrow. Once I had set those to block and dry, I had a nice little Sunday morning coffee, knit, and yap sesh with my parents.
so that was really nice. Then we went to pick up the yarn that I got on Facebook Marketplace. It ended up being this gorgeous baby alpaca and wool blend, so I'm super happy with it. It's super soft and nice. And here are my mitts blocking, and here is me with my little dog. And I mostly just knit for the rest of the day. And I was just working on my porcelain sweater, so this is just the beginning of the upper back panel. To the final morning of the vlog. I feel like I let this go on a lot longer than I was expecting to, because I did have a few days where I just really wasn't up to doing anything or filming anything or really even knitting anything. So it did go on a little longer than expected, but I'm pretty pleased with how much I've gotten done over the past little while, and I hope that you enjoyed listening to me talk about all my projects. I hope it wasn't too boring. So today what I'm gonna do is I am gonna go out to a cafe for a little knit and cafe session. These are my few joys in life because, as you know, I spend a majority of my time in bed these days, so when I'm feeling well enough to go out and knit and have a change of scenery to knit, it's just like the best thing ever. So I'm gonna bring you guys along with me. I think that's a really fitting way to end this vlog. And then when I get home and once I've done all my knitting for the day, I'm gonna do one last final update and show you where I've gotten in all of my projects, and hopefully we can see a lot of progress. There is one project that will be absent because I have given it away for the birthday, as you well know. I also wanted to update on that. She absolutely loved it, and that makes me really happy. I was unsure because this is a good friend of mine, but we don't see each other a whole lot, so I was a little bit worried that it wasn't going to be her style, but she really liked it, and that made me really happy. So yeah, and we had a really nice birthday celebration for her. So tonight you will be getting updates on the fennel seed jacket, the porcelain sweater, the 2 hats that I am currently making, and the step-by-step sweater, which you have already seen the update on, but I'm going to talk about it anyways. So yeah, let's go to the cafe. I couldn't decide what project to work on and bring with me, so I ended up bringing them all, and I did a little bit of each one. I got a carrot cake latte, which was delicious. This is me working on my Rhombi hat. This one I'm making for my mom for Christmas, and I'm using that new wool that I got from Facebook Marketplace, so that's exciting. And then I did a little bit of work on my porcelain sweater. It was honestly just such a beautiful day out. It was a lovely fall afternoon, so I had a really nice time sitting outside. It definitely flared my pain, but it was absolutely totally worth it. And then I got a ride home because I think wheeling home probably would have ruined me. Alright friends, it is time for the last update of this vlog. So I feel like I got a lot of good knitting done over the last little bit, and I just wanted to show you all the things that I have gotten done. So shockingly, I do have a finished object to show for it. This is my finished step-by-step sweater, and I am pretty proud of that because it had been sitting on my needles for several months, and so yeah, we finished that. I have been wearing it quite a bit since I finished it, and I think it turned out really nicely. Of course, we have the fennel seed jacket. So I believe when I started it, I hadn't yet started the ribbing, and I think I was actually still on one of the sleeves when I started this vlog, so I've got both sleeves done. And I am about to cast off the ribbing. I think I'm just gonna do a few more rows and then I'm gonna do the button band and then I will be all done. So we made a lot of progress on that. Obviously I made that whole headband and I gave that to my friend, so you saw that, but I can't show it here. I finished the Bee-autiful mitts by Stone Knits. This is how they are looking. There was quite a lot of fuss with these ones, but I am super happy with how they turned out anyways, and this will be a Christmas present for my friend. So I'm very excited about these. I did my first gauge swatch ever. So this is the gauge swatch for the porcelain sweater. Proud of myself for doing a gauge swatch because I think I need to, and I just have been really resisting it before, so I'm glad that I did that and I can feel confident about starting my porcelain sweater knowing that I'll have the right gauge. This is a hat that I am making for my dad for Christmas. I'm just finishing up the ribbing right now and then I will get on to the main hat pattern. It is a cable hat. Maybe in my next vlog you will see some progress on that one. And then with the yarn that I picked up yesterday, I actually started this new hat that I don't think I've updated you guys on yet, but this is gonna be the Rhombi Hat. I will link the designer's name in the description because I can't remember it right now, but yeah, so this is how much I've gotten done of the ribbing so far, and I'm using this alpaca mohair double-stranded. So yeah, it is super soft, super light, and I hope that I will get this done in time for Christmas. And then of course, last but not least, we have my porcelain sweater. I am starting the upper back panel, I believe. I'm just starting the color work and on chart A, and yeah, I'm super happy with it. It is feeling really soft so far and I'm really looking forward to making progress in this one. Yeah, that is all the things that I have been knitting throughout this vlog. I hope it was not too boring to watch me knit and talk about all my projects, and I really appreciate you watching. So if you enjoyed this, please give it a like and stay tuned for future vlogs. I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful rest of your autumn. Let me know if there are any specific video ideas that you would like me to cover in the future, and happy knitting!